A woman at the pool accused me of filming her daughters. 20 minutes later, she was apologizing in front of the entire deck, and it's the reason I almost quit a hobby I love. I'm a 41-year-old dad, and I photograph birds. It started during my divorce as a reason to leave the apartment, and it stuck. I'm the guy with the long lens and the khaki hat, and I know exactly what that looks like, which is why I have rules for myself that no one ever asked me to make. I don't shoot anywhere near playgrounds. I keep the lens pointed up or out at water. If families set up close to me, I move. My camera's screen stays flipped out and visible so anyone walking by can see exactly what's on it. Herons and ospreys and nothing else. Women I've told this to are usually surprised at how much math men like me do. Where to stand, where not to look, how long is too long to be stationary near anyone's kids. You do the math because you know that one stranger's assumption can cost you everything, and no explanation catches up to an accusation. Last Saturday, I was at the lake where an osprey pair has a nest on the far platform. There's a public pool deck between the parking lot and the shore, and my usual spot is a bench past it, facing open water. The chicks were fledging that week. I'd waited 2 months for it. I was maybe 10 minutes in, lens on the nest, when I heard someone yelling, and it took a second to realize it was at me. A mom was marching across the grass, pointing. He's filming the girls. He's been pointed at the pool this whole time. Somebody get a lifeguard. Every head on that deck turned. A guy in swim trunks stood up. 2 more moms gathered their kids close, staring at me. Someone was already holding up a phone, filming me, which is its own kind of irony. My whole body went cold. I know how this goes. It doesn't matter what's true. It matters what 40 strangers decide in the next 60 seconds. I didn't argue. I did the thing I'd rehearsed in my head for years and hoped I'd never need. I stayed on the bench, held the camera out at arm's length with the screen facing her, and said as evenly as I could manage, "Ma'am, I understand why you're asking. Here's the card. Scroll as far back as you want." She hesitated. The guy in trunks came over and looked instead. He scrolled for a long time. Ospreys, ospreys, a grebe, 600 photos of ospreys. He looked at the bench, then the sightline, and said loud enough for the deck to hear, "He's shooting the nest. He's not even facing the pool." The angle doesn't line up at all, and here's where it turned. A lifeguard had come over by then, a college kid, and he said, "Oh, you're the osprey guy. You reported the fishing line tangled on the platform last month. Parks put your photo in the newsletter." The mom's face went through a lot of things. To her credit, she didn't slink off. She stood there a second and then said, in front of everyone, "I'm sorry, I saw the lens and I panicked. I shouldn't have announced it like that." I told her the truth, which is that I wasn't angry at her for checking. Someone watching out for kids is doing the right job. I asked her for one thing that next time she asked before announcing, because the announcement is the part a man never recovers from. The phone footage of me would have outlived any correction. She nodded. Then she asked to see the chicks. I put the camera on the tripod, pointed at the nest, and for the next half hour there was a line of kids at my bench looking through my viewfinder at fledgling ospreys flapping on the platform. Her daughters were first. One of them asked me about 40 questions and now knows what a fish hawk is. I sat in my car afterward and shook for a while because the adrenaline doesn't care that it ended well. I thought hard about selling the camera. A different crowd, a different minute, one lifeguard who didn't recognize me, and that video goes up with a caption I never get taken down. I didn't sell it. I was back at the bench Sunday, but I noticed something that next morning. The same women who'd pulled their kids close were waving at me from the deck, and the mom who called me out sent a message to the park's newsletter asking them to run a piece on the nest. They printed it with one of my photos. Her daughters' names are in the caption because they helped me pick which one.